Yes, we can see it now. Please begin.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. We are Neuresko Technologies, and we are very excited today to share our startup and vision today. The problem that we are addressing is tremors. Tremors are involuntary movement of upper limb seen in Parkinson's and essential tremor patients. There are over 100 million patients worldwide who suffer daily with tremors, including 20 million patients in India. This tremor leads to severe deterioration in quality of life. Everyday activities like drinking a cup of coffee, trying to write your own name, or trying to eat your own food becomes a frustrating battle for these patients. So, to tackle this problem, we are introducing a wristwatch device to treat tremors. As you can see, all the electronics part will be present in the inner circuit or the central case of the watch, and electrodes will be embedded in the straps of the watch. So, how does the device works? The working of the device is divided into three parts: detection, calibration, and stimulation. At first, motion sensors in the device will detect the frequency and amplitude of tremor, and then this sensor data will be sent to the processor in the watch. Then this processor will calculate the optimum stimulation parameter based on the sensor data, and this optimum stimulation parameters will be delivered to the median nerve in the wrist through the electrodes embedded in the wristwatch. So the electrodes that were in the wrist straps will stimulate the median nerve in the wrist, and this will lead to control and reduction of tremor amplitude. So the scientific principle behind this device is that VIM of thalamus is the key target to control tremors. Abnormal pathological oscillations are seen in this part of brain which leads to tremor, and studies have shown that median nerve stimulation in the wrist leads to disruption of pathological oscillation in thalamus, thus controlling and reducing tremors. So this is the basic proof of concept that we have developed till now. As you can see in the first picture, all the electronics component will be present in the central case. And in the second picture, you can see the electrodes. These are the electrodes that will be placed over the median nerve, and they will stimulate the median nerve to control tremors. So we are currently at the stage of designing our PCB. We're continuously designing it and refining it. So for competitive landscape, we have traditional options like medications and surgery. In medications, they are ineffective in 50% of all the patients, and they have numerous side effects, due to which many patients discontinue their use. In surgery, the cost of surgery for tremor costs around 10 to 15 lakh surgery, and they have significant surgical risk. So there is an unmet need for safe, effective, and affordable way to manage tremors. Um, so, So the reason why our device stands out as superior to other devices is due to its high efficacy as compared to low efficacy as drug. Moreover, it is very affordable as compared to the high cost DBS surgeries. And the reason why our device is the best choice is its ability to deliver calibrated stimulation based on each patient's tremor data. So each patient will have different tremor data, and based on this, the therapy will be personalized. And finally, the wearable and the wearable design of the device allows seamless integration into daily lives. We also have a direct competitor named Kala Health. They are a company based in USA, and they are generating a revenue of $40 million per year. But the cost of their device is very high. They cost around $3,200 per device, which is highly expensive, due to which they are not present in India. Now, for the market size, around 20 million patients in India struggle daily with tremors. The cost of our device will be 25,000 rupees, and we think that with this price range, initially we will be able to target the top 10% of households, bringing our serviceable obtainable market to around $250 million. And Parkinson's tremor also comes under right to right to Physical Disabilities Act 2016, which will help patients to get the device at subsidized price from the government. Now, we need a total budget of 1.2 crores to achieve our goal of product development, clinical trials, CDSCO certifications, and manufacturing our first batch. And we are currently at the product development phase. So our project timeline, we are currently at TRL4, and we have developed a working prototype at breadboard level. The next 6 months, we will focus on PCB fabrication and algorithm development. And by 12 months, we will be ready with our final prototype, and we will be completing our bench testing to demonstrate the safety of our device. And by next 18 months, we will have completed our clinical trials to demonstrate the safety and efficacy of our device, and we'll start manufacturing our first batch. So the milestones that we have achieved till date, we have got a grant of 5 lakhs from IIT Roorkee. We have also published our first patent, and we are in the process of drafting our second patent. And we have developed our initial prototype till date. And we also have recently been selected for from Triple IT Delhi a grant of 12.5 lakhs, and we are in the process in the paperwork of that. So this is our team. I am Arnabjyoti Medhi, the CEO and co-founder, and I am an MBBS student at AIMS Rishikesh. Avnish is the CTO and co-founder, and he's a BTech student at IIT Roorkee. Shivanshu is our founding member, and he's also my batchmate and MBBS student at AIMS Rishikesh. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Arnab and Avnish. Panel, we're open for questions, so please feel free to take the floor.
Hi, Arnab. Just curious to know why this idea? Why did you choose to work on this particular project or idea?
Sir, actually, this idea came when I was in clinical postings in AIMS. So I came to know that I saw firsthand the condition of patients who suffer with tremors. And then I also came to know from our professors that there is no very effective solution for it. Then I Googled it and I found that a company in US is developing the device, but due to its high cost and they themselves are a startup, due to which they are available in only US. So so that hit me that someone or other will solve this problem in India. So why not us? We should try to solve this.
Got it. Understood. And so when you compare, obviously, Kana Health has raised almost $100 million, and they have a technology which is already commercialized, right? You
Yes,
are
sir.
still at the prototype stage. Do we have
Yes, sir.
any evidence on the effectiveness of our product in the market?
So our product we have so our product we don't have the we can't directly test. We have tested the device on ourselves and we have also tested it and it is giving the stimulation parameters that we want. But we can't directly test on patients because for that we will require ethical clearance from AIMS and government. But the device that they are selling, they have done a clinical in US. The company that has developed, they have done clinical trials and have been used by more than 5,000 patients and has shown an efficacy of 90% in all patients and an average of 64% reduction in amplitude of tremor.
Understood. And but let's say if you are able to successfully create this product, what is your go-to-market strategy?
So we will be first contacting the neurologist and physiotherapist because in medical sector the patient decision highly rely on the suggestion and the guidance of doctors. So we will first focus on neurologist, physiotherapist, and we will hold partnerships with them and other healthcare clinics. And through them, we are thinking of selling our device and initially market our device.
Got it. Understood. And let's say just a hypothetical situation. Let's say you have built a strong tech, right? Obviously, the technology
Yes,
use
sir.
case is strong. But let's say if it fails to work in this industry, let's say the acceptance in this industry because of any reason is not great. Are there any other industries where the technology that you built might have a different use case? Have you ever thought
Sir,
about that?
yes, sir. Actually, this works on neuromodulation technology, and by stimulating the nerves, by stimulating the median nerve, another company is there. They are controlling atrial fibrillation. So, atrial fibrillation is a condition in heart, and there is a company named Cardiac Care, based on
Hmm.
Israel, and they are developing similar technology, but their stimulation parameters will be different. Their sensors will be different, and they are using it to control atrial fibrillation for heart patients. So it can be used in other diseases, but the
Okay.
technology will change a little bit.
Okay, thanks.
Hi. Hi, Arnab.
Hi, ma'am. Hi, ma'am.
So, is this something that would have to be prescribed by a doctor or a physiotherapist for it to be bought or purchased? Or can it be sold across, say, medical stores at some point?
It can be sold over the counter. We don't need a medical prescription actually because there are already nerve stimulators that are available for pain management, not for tremors but for pain management. Our device will come in the same TENS device category, class B of medical devices. So it can be sold over the counter. We don't need a doctor's recommendation.
And is there a product like this which is already in market and being used by patients?
No, ma'am.
Uh,
This technology is nerve stimulation technology, and there is no nerve stimulator for tremors or Parkinson's patients. The nerve stimulators that come are very big devices used in physiotherapy, and they are used for pain management or other conditions, but not for tremors. And they are very big. They are not portable. But those devices are over the counter, So they can. So we don't need doctor's recommendations.
Okay. No, I just wanted to ask, as a scientific concept, it has current evidence, or you're absolutely sure about the fact that the methodology will work in reduction of tremors, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool.
Hi, Arnab. Hi, Avinish. My question is, Parkinson's typically is considered to be non-curable. So are you looking at this as therapeutic, or do you think at some point people would, because of that fact, consider this as placebo? Have you guys given some thoughts around that?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, Parkinson's is not completely curable. That's true, ma'am. But there is a surgery called deep brain stimulation surgery, in which they put the electrodes inside the brain, and it has a very high efficacy. But surgery costs around 10 to 15 lakhs, and they are done in only reputed institutes like Apollo and all. So our technology is similar to them. Just the thing is that they were putting the electrodes inside the brain, due to which it is a very invasive and very expensive process, but we will put the electrodes in the median nerve. So as it is far from the body, so the efficacy will reduce, but the cost will also significantly reduce. So it is not placebo. It will not look like placebo because there is clinical evidence. And if it has shown efficacy, it has shown tremor reduction in 90% of patients and amplitude by 64%. So it crosses the mark of placebo.
Got it. And I guess to prove that, you will need some affiliations to kind of back this data. So have you given some thought around how or who are the organizations that will help you get there?
Ma'am, at first we have to go through CDSCO certification to show that our device works and our device is safe and effective for tremors. Without CDSCO certification, we can't do it. But we also have a mentor he's the HOD of neurology department at AIMS, Mr. Mitendra Kumar. He has a lot of network, and with his help, we are thinking to contact neurologists at NIMHANS and AIMS Delhi, and their recommendations and their guidance will help us to grow him. So their guidance, and if they approve it, that has high influence on the medical community, and it will help us to grow, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else in the panel who has any questions for Arnav?
If someone doesn't have a question, I would like to ask. So, Arnab, can you help me understand how you founders know each other? Because you are from AIMS and the other guys from obviously Engineering Institute. So, how do you get to know each other, and how do you start working together on this?
Sir, actually, 7 months back, the idea came to me. Then I contacted one of our professors in AIMS, and then he gave the contact of another professor at IIT Roorkee, and the professor at IIT Roorkee is still our mentor, and he sent a message in the WhatsApp groups of their in electronics department that if anyone is interested, they can come and work with us. And then Avnish and a few other engineers started working with me, but Avnish stick with me, and he was interested more in the project, and he wanted to do the startup. Our professors connected us, and actually AIMS case is only 1 hour away from IIT Roorkee, so it is very near, and they are like sister institutes in Uttarakhand. So with the help of our mentors, we came in connection, and we are working since 6 months together.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Arnab and Avnish. We've come to the end of the session, and we'll be in touch with you over the next few days to communicate our decision. Thank you so much, guys, for pitching today. It was lovely meeting you again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you guys, all the best.
Yeah. Panel, we're open for feedback. Mudit, would you like to go first?
So I think this concern has already been raised by fellow panelists. That first thing is the first concern is the affiliation part, because at the ideation phase this is pretty good, but in terms of affiliation, who are the concerned bodies and what kind of affiliations that we require. And second thing is the efficacy is still not yet proved. So that's what my concern is, apart from the basic affiliation part. So first is affiliation, second is efficacy, and then the economics behind this. What's the kind of scalability? How's the kind of scalability with done? What's the kind of cost that will be looking at it is, and then how we what will be the kind of go-to strategy while we are going towards prescribing to neurosurgeons or maybe physiotherapists. What will be the kind of go-to strategy? Because as of now, the first two parts, affiliation and efficacy, still not that comforting. So these are my concerns at this point of time.
Understood, Mudit. Madhavi?
Yeah, I think this has to be clinically backed for neurosurgeons or even hospitals, or to be prescribed by medical professionals. If not, it will be considered as placebo, because the general notion is that Parkinson's is not curable. So they have to do some work around that.
Got it, Madhavi. Sumit?
Right. I think it's a good opportunity. Obviously, as panelists mentioned, we do need to do a bit of a tech diligence, and as they have already committed, they have a patent, so we can get a bit of a tech diligence done on the patent with some of the experts. But I'd like to bring to a note that I invested in Nextem, which was again a bit Salem students building something in the medical tech device, and obviously they were young, and in 2.5 years time they progressed pretty well and have raised the latest round at a $50 million valuation. So yes, if I think the opportunity is good. I think the arbitrage against a product which is available in US and can be built in India at a better price with a similar efficacy is a good opportunity. Team is a good mix where there is a guy who understands the medicine side of the biology side of it, and there's an engineer to work on the hardware side. So that is a positive point for them. And it could be a good opportunity. That's my summary. Obviously, since they have a patent, we can get a bit more expertise view on it. That is definitely important to kind of pursue further. But overall, it looks like good, promising thing.
Great. Thanks for the detailed feedback, Sumit. Sitara?
Yeah, I think it's a really useful product if we can prove the efficacy. I see most of the online products being basically weighted gloves or some kind of weighted solution to reduce the symptoms of the tremor. So if you're able to prove, according to you, a 90% improvement, I think that's way above the placebo mark. So hopefully the clinical trials will help. But also from a distribution standpoint, I think there is a lot of awareness building that needs to be done. But if we can figure out like a large scale go to market strategy, maybe with big collaborations with hospitals and also physiotherapists, so that could be really interesting. All the best.
Thanks for that, Sitara. And with that, we have come to the end of the session for Neuresko. The next